Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode. On today's show, more Cuomo news literally just seems to come out right as we're about to do another episode. It always happens that way for some weird reason. But now we are, as more and more people, including the president, have called for him to resign. Of course, with the caveat, if the investigation shows sexual harassment, then yes, you should resign. But now there's new information coming out from the New York Times, Maggie Haberman and Jesse McKinley, about how Cuomo's team sought to damage the credibility of Lindsay Boylan, the first woman to accuse Cuomo of sexual harassment, who will go inside the all-out war they declared on this woman who dared to speak up. Also, the dementia senator, Dianne Feinstein, may not be long for Washington, D.C., as her husband may be getting a Plum ambassadorship coming up very, very soon. Also, we'll delve a little bit into the culture wars with Cardi B going back and forth with Candace Owens over WAP, her performance of WAP at the Grammys, and an insanely just I'd say a mask off racist moment from Steven Crowder. Yeah,
I feel like that. It would be mask off if I feel like he hadn't said something even more racist in the past.
Yeah,
I can't say right now, but there's no way he hasn't.
I think there was some times where he was I think there was a time where he pretended to be a day laborer and showed up.
Wow.
Yeah, you can already tell it's gonna be good, right? He pretended to be a day laborer and outbid.
What is he trying to prove? What illegal immigrants are all criminals or something?
Yeah, he was he outbid the people who are there working or whatever, and he's like, I'm gonna call ICE on you guys. Where are your guys' papers? It's just awful.
Oh, come on, dude. Why does he think that's funny?
Yeah, it's just that is if you want to look at conservative humor, really. If you really want to get to the bottom of conservative humor, it's that.
All your family is going to be gone. You won't be able to see them anymore.
Yeah, breaking up families, just spreading human misery. That's the conservative humor we know and love. But we do start with this very, not surprising, but kind of confirming for me at least story. Which is days after Lindsay Boylan became the first woman to accuse Governor Andrew Cuomo of a sexual harassment in a series of Twitter posts in December. People tied the governor started circulating an open letter they hoped former staff members would sign. The letter was a full-on attack on Boylan's credibility, suggesting that her accusation was premeditated and politically motivated. It disclosed personnel complaints filed against her and attempted to link her to supporters of former President Donald Trump. And for all intents and purposes, this is someone who is to the left of Cuomo. She ran, I believe, to challenge Jerry Nadler in New York's 11th district as someone who would be progressive and kind of a Justice Democrat style Bernie Crat, I guess you could style candidate. So she's nowhere near. She's nowhere near obviously to Donald Trump, but literally what this was here by Cuomo was just a complete attempt to be just try and just destroy her life.
Yeah. You got to cover it up, Believe all women unless it's against a Democrat.
Yeah, and there's always you got there's been tons of times where Cuomo, of course, people are going back and pointing to this now, all the times where he called on people.
Joe Biden and Tara Reid.
Yeah, and there's times where he was calling on other people to resign right away without any kind of investigation. We need to hold each other to a higher standard, all that kind of stuff. But then you turn around and this is a kind of very unsurprising thing, but definitely very, very understandable. So the initial idea according to three people with direct knowledge of the events, was to have former Cuomo aides, especially women, sign their names to the letter and circulate it fairly widely. Multiple drafts were created, and Cuomo was involved in creating one. Who was involved in creating the letter? One of the people said, current aides to the governor emailed at least one draft to a group of former advisors. From there, it circulated to current and former top aides to the governor. It's not clear how many people were asked to sign the letter, but two former officials, speaking on condition of anonymity because they didn't want to anger Big Baby Cuomo, New York's Democratic governor, decided they did not want their names on it. The letter was reviewed by the New York Times and was never released. Boylan did not immediately elaborate or follow up on her Twitter post in December, allowing her accusation to fade, along with the urgency of the effort to discredit her. Still, the letter shows that the Cuomo administration was poised to quickly and aggressively undercut Boylan, a Democrat, who was actually running now for Manhattan Borough President, believe it or not. And then a little bit actually later on, that Charlotte Bennett would come out with her accusations, and then more and more people would come out. But 6 months earlier, Charlotte Bennett, an executive assistant and senior briefer, had told two senior officials in the governor's office that Cuomo, had harassed her, asking her probing personal questions, including whether she was monogamous and slept with older men. So that was the reaction that she told the governor's, like, you know, quote unquote HR department, that there was a problem about quite a while before she actually went public with it. Yeah. So, yeah, what's your reaction to this new development, Zach? Are you shocked that Cuomo would do something like this?
Honestly, I think any attempt to suppress this and cover it up is futile. I mean, it's tough to come back from like the two senators in your state saying you should resign. I mean, once the calls for resignation get national, I think it's pretty much over. I mean, I guess you could say it's unfair for me to assume that he's guilty, but I'm like 99.99% sure. So I think when the investigation is finally done, and he's at least proven that he fudged the numbers on the nursing home deaths, I think resignation is incoming. But I mean, depending on the speed of the resignation, he is up for an election year in when just a little bit over
2022,
a year, right?
Yeah, 2022.
2022.
Yeah, because he was reelected last in 2018. I know that. So, and he is still apparently pretty serious about a fourth term. He thinks like he's definitely not.
Yeah, that's not happening.
in the mindset to resign here. But I mean, if you're talking about at least, I personally don't think though that this there's been a little bit of a failing by the media. Of course, like they took forever to kind of get onto this like sexual harassment allegations, and really forever. I would argue they still haven't even come close to really demonstrating the full corruption at hand with the nursing homes, and that's just really, I think, has not been covered fairly or at all.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
I agree.
Let's take a look at some of the calls to resign. Let's see. Yeah, so we got people like AOC, Jerry Nadler, Chuck Schumer, Christian Gillibrand, and even Biden.
If it's true, he didn't say now.
Yeah, he said don't resign now. He said if the little caveat there, which pretty much all the way, really all that Cuomo needs. His goal here is to wait out the investigation and kind of just hope for this to die down, because the really way that he's going to go out, he's not going to resign, it's going to be through impeachment.
Or, well, if impeachment is inevitable, he might resign, but
yeah, that's true.
It's not going to be like a graceful resignation, that's for sure. It's going to be a Nixon-style resignation.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be like someone just kind of like pass him on the shoulder. But it will be a little bit of a kind of tough situation for him to get from where he is now to impeachment, just because you need really complete buy-in of, I believe, a majority of the Democrats in the caucus here, and so the pressure comes. Yeah, so pretty much the New York State Assembly is tasked with carrying out the vote to impeach Cuomo, according to New York State Constitution. The Assembly, which is made up of 150 lawmakers, needs only a majority vote to impeach for what the Constitution calls misconduct or malversation. The New York Assembly is obviously overwhelmingly Democratic, with the party controlled.
I think it's 60% almost, right?
Yeah, 106 of the 150 seats is how much. Yeah. So 76 votes are needed to impeach Cuomo. Yeah. Provisions shall be made by law for removal. Provisions shall be made by law for the removal or misconduct or malversation in office of all officers except judicial, whose powers and duties are not local or legislative, and who shall be elected at general elections. Also, supplying for vacancies created by such removal. That's the Constitution. So if the Assembly votes to impeach Lieutenant Governor Kathy Hochul, a Democrat from Buffalo, becomes the governor, stripping Cuomo of his decision-making ability. So this is not even before it goes to the Senate. He gets knocked out right away while the trial goes to the New York State Senate, which would be made up of senators and the judges from the Court of Appeals. According to the state constitution, Hochul would not be part of the trial, the Constitution said. So, of course, Cuomo then needs to be found guilty by 2/3 of the state Senate, and Democrats hold 43 of the 63 seats in the legislative chamber. If convicted, the punishment will be removal from office. If he gets acquitted and goes through the impeachment process, then he goes right back to being governor. So the decision to begin an impeachment investigation obviously came from State Assembly Speaker Carl Heastie when he met with the Assembly Majority Governor Conference on Thursday. So on Thursday, more than 50 Democratic lawmakers in New York called for his resignation, and on Friday, a majority of the New York Democratic congressional delegation called on the governor to resign, bringing the number of New York Democrats in the House calling on him to resign of 16 out of 19. These New York House Democrats have called on him to resign. So, where do you think this goes from here? Do you think they can get enough buy-in in that state Senate, which is really, it's going to be kind of going with these kind of moderate suburban Democrats, like the Pete Harkums, of the world, like who represent us right here. Do you think there will be a big enough of a turn?
I don't think I'm educated enough on this, but if I had to make a guess, I would say we're gonna be waiting on some sort of conclusion of investigation before an impeachment happens. Yeah,
so it seems like we have an impeachment investigation, we have the Letitia James investigation, we have, I think, a further investigation on the nursing homes. It is quite a mess. But now we kind of turn to an interesting situation here. Richard Blum, who is a wealthy investor and the husband of Senator Dianne Feinstein of California, has indicated to President Biden's advisors that he is interested in being appointed to an ambassadorship, a move that would renew questions about Mrs. Feinstein's political future. Blum, according to Democrats in California and Washington, is eyeing a European capital, a posting that could pave the way for the 87-year-old and pretty much confirmed dementia patient. There was reporting about this, like the senator.
I am not going to argue with.
Yeah,
I'm not going to argue with you on that one, man.
You can go. Yeah, you can look at the story. It's completely insane, and the fact that also, by the way, the fact that they let her stay in the Senate after that, and just they didn't do anything. They're just like, oh, yep, forget about that.
Can you even impeach you can impeach a senator, right? What is it? Like 74, I guess.
You can't. I didn't know you can impeach a senator. I'm not even. Sure
I just made that.
But
I'm assuming you can. There's gotta be a way to remove them, or maybe you can't, right?
Maybe it's something to do with California's recall or something. I don't know. But I mean, probably just at least for the good
the
of
Senate. These consider give the power of the Senate to expel any member by 2/3 vote. You can.
Oh, okay.
It's happened before.
Yeah,
it's happened 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 times. And they all got expelled for supporting Confederate rebellion. And one of them for treason and conspiracy to incite the Creek and Cherokee Indians to assist Great Britain in invading Spanish Florida in 1797. Wow. Wait. Yeah, okay. Never mind. Anyways, crazy.
Yeah. It takes a lot. But, I mean, you hope at least, she just, have the foresight to maybe not run for that, for whatever gazillionth term.
Maybe she'll forget to register.
Yeah, I mean, you would hope that would have happened in 2018 when she was already like she got an endorsement from Obama, I think, at that time, like, and there was no acknowledgement that like
I hope doesn't run again.
Who?
Maxine Waters.
I like Maxine Waters.
Of the financial.
She's not awful.
Literally an idiot.
She's not
okay.
Awful.
I disagree.
What'd she do?
She's just an idiot and not smart, and she should not be chair of the Financial Services Committee, in my opinion.
Like, what did she like say though to get you that opinion?
It's like a bunch of stuff. I can't think of like one thing in particular, but
I don't really know.
Does not seem educated on the topic.
I don't really know too much about like
and also
what.
She's like a million years old.
Yeah, that's kind of a common theme with the Democratic Party. You got like literally the you know.
Hey, I mean, let's not discredit Mitch. His hand's literally falling off.
Yeah, there's that. Yeah, there's that too. And Mitch is already trying to like shift the powers in the Kentucky legislature so that the Kentucky GOP can appoint a successor, not the governor. Like he's always always one step ahead. He's always one step ahead. That is for sure. Yeah. So in November, she agreed to relinquish her rank. That's true. To be fair, she did agree to relinquish her ranking position on the Judiciary Committee under pressure from Senator Chuck Schumer, now the Majority Leader, and other Democrats. Should Blum, who's 85, be appointed to and Ms. Feinstein join him overseas, it could solve an increasingly awkward problem for the Democrats because like it's kind of like you're telling your old relative, maybe maybe I don't want to get you in the home now, and the home is some like lucrative patronage position. You just like hang out in European capital for 3 years while Biden's in office. Like that's pretty much her version of a retirement community. At this point, and like boy, she need like you don't want to see this is pretty much keeping her in this position is elder abuse, but she should just enjoy her long career because like she's done some like pretty like silly like just she like fought to keep the Confederate flag in San Francisco or like the state capitol or something crazy like that. Like she's been pretty crazy.
Crazy indeed.
Senior party officials have been blunt in private about what they describe as the senator's diminished acuity and are eager to replace her with a black woman, of which there are none in the Senate after the departure of Kamala Harris. So, yeah, it wouldn't be a bad idea.
Well,
maybe replace her.
I hope there's somebody qualified. Well,
yeah,
I'm sure.
But
in all of California.
I'm sure, yeah. Like there's going to be someone, in the Democratic Party.
I would like somebody qualified, not just based on their race and gender, but if they are also
don't get too crazy.
Woman,
don't get too
if they're
crazy.
also a woman and African American, that'd be great too. But
I think like qualified to be a senator. Like that's kind of a very loose definition of like what technically qualifies you to be a senator. Like
that, there's nothing qualifies you to be a senator.
Like it would be. I think. Yeah, because it would like you think Chuck Grassley is qualified to do anything at this point, or Dianne Feinstein?
I think you kind of just YOLO it and if you're popular enough. I mean, hopefully you get you get a representative seat first, but then if you're popular enough, you can just sort of just YOLO it into a Senate seat at this point.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you can be like work your way up. You can be like kind of an Arnold. No, Arnold Schwarzenegger was governor, but there's some senators.
I was just thinking that.
Yeah,
I mean, governor's
there's some people who have gone straight.
Governor of California, that's way more important than senator. That governor of California governs like what 1/6 of the country or something.
Yeah, like most economy bigger than most countries. It's pretty
7th largest economy, I believe.
Yeah. Yeah, so progressive Democrats have also suggested that Feinstein's decorous approach was ill-suited for dealing with the increasingly acrimonious partisan politics in Congress. You don't say. Then she apparently she gave Lindsey Graham like a hug or whatever it was during the insane Judiciary Committee hearing for Amy Coney Barrett, which they did in 2 days right before the election, which was really kind of a joke. But yeah, hold on.
Who is he asking for?
All right, yeah. So pretty much what happened here is Yeah, I mean, I don't even know who would. I think Karen Bass could be a replacement. Barbara Lee would be a great replacement for in the Senate, because people were talking about that as Kamala, like when Kamala Harris went to the vice presidency, because she was the only person in the House who voted against the Iraq War, I think, or the AUMF. So like
Who?
Barbara Lee, yeah, pretty
She
impressive
called it.
record. Pretty impressive record.
What can I say? She called it.
Yeah, those kind of votes that like turn out to be like completely clairvoyant years later, that takes a lot, especially that culture and in that moment, when people are like ready to execute you if you didn't support the troops sufficiently, that is, it definitely takes quite something. So on Tuesday, Feinstein was emphatic that she would serve the remainder of her term, which lasts until 2025, and brush aside questions about her fitness. God. Jesus Christ, 2025.
We're not even gonna be allowed to have guns in 2025 if this freaking bill goes through.
Like the world is literally gonna be, the world's gonna be over at this point.
A Second Amendment, more like a not amendment.
Yeah, I think the Second Amendment isn't going anywhere.
Up. You know nothing. You support this bill, so I don't even want to hear it from you.
What even bill are you talking about? Like, there's not even going to be a bill that's passed.
Yeah, this one gun bill has made me support the filibuster.
Literally, Joe Biden is not going to support. Joe Biden's not going to pass a single. Joe Biden's not going to pass a single bill for like the rest of his presidency if he doesn't do anything with the filibuster.
Hilarious.
Like literally, he's not going to do it. He's just not. Like, you can't pass the filibuster. You can't get anything past like budget reconciliation.
Bucket reconciliation, 4 bills. There you go.
Maybe like Joe Manchin. He said he's not going to agree to do anything more by budget reconciliation. So
not a single bill.
Yep, not a single bill. No more. You got to go through 60 votes. 60 votes for every bill.
How is he? He's literally conservative by definition. He wants nothing to change.
Yeah, I mean it's true. It's true. Like, yeah, like that is, it's gonna be so great when we start to realize that like in like May when nothing happens, or June or July, like, yeah, this is gonna be a long. Hopefully, the dam will break at some point and they nuke the filibuster, but like right now, nothing is gonna happen in the rest for the foreseeable future in terms of any like significant legislation.
I'm convinced the Secretary of Defense just walks up to Biden with a piece of paper and is like, Joe, can you sign this? And he's like, of course. And it's like, let's nuke Yemen. Yeah, I don't think he's paying attention.
That's essentially what Trump did. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if.
What is his name? Is it Lee? It's something with an L, isn't it?
Lloyd Austin.
Lloyd, yeah.
He's a rough.
Raytheon.
Yeah, he has a rough record as well. But he's the first black defense secretary, so.
Oh my God!
It's got to be good. Yeah, like that's the kind of thing I don't like with representation. Of course, that's
what a great role model.
In to a certain degree, like that stuff is obviously like very important. Like Barack Obama getting elected the first black president, hugely important, obviously. But like you think a black kid in the inner cities, like one day I'm just gonna be just like Lloyd Austin.
Like, no. You can bomb civilians in the Middle East and also be a lobbyist for Raytheon, and then also become Secretary of Defense. What a great role model.
Yeah, like that's the perfect that's like the perfect example or perfect encapsulation of like the we need more women prison guard like kind of vibes and things like that. Like we
need more women in prison.
Yeah, so it may be exactly like not too different there. It's like we need to stop just arresting men for low-level drug offenses. We need to go after women just as much. Yes, that's the solution.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wait, the Deputy Secretary of Defense is a woman? Wow.
And you know who's the
Very
first
diverse cabinet.
I think the first woman CIA director was Trump's appointee, Gina Haspel. So
nice. And the first Jewish
literally a torturer.
Secretary of the Treasury, I believe. Jenny Yellen. Poggers.
Yeah, that's what we call representation.
Yeah, she's got to get her dirty Jew hands on the money. All right, I'm Jewish, by the way. Before
yeah,
someone
just come with the caveat.
It's sarcasm. I'm Jewish, guys.
All right.
Anyway,
We're going to take a minute break. And after that, we're going to talk about some wet ass pussy. SWRN has so much going on to tell you about. We, of course, have to start with Newsflash. We continue to make the grind to our 500th episode. That'll be on Sunday the 28th with a big panel special bringing back some of your favorite Newsflash contributors. Until then, we'll be on the air, as always, every Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday with that show. We start up our supplementary programming with a special all-new redesign edition of Uncultured Design to highlight some of the most interesting parts of hip-hop, whether it be past or present. And, of course, we are working on that brand new season of Hidden History, continuing telling the stories we told in Season 1. Spencer Welsh Radio Network. Listen today on Spreaker.com/TSWS. All right. A very interesting thing, as we were talking about just from our last conversation there about, term and people in cabinet positions and stuff like that. Apparently, Trump has had 7 defense secretaries. He had 7 defense secretaries in this term. I literally think I can only probably name one.
Oh, 6. I was wrong.
6?
I counted. He had 1. The guy who was 2 days was before Lloyd Austin was voted.
Oh, just real quick.
Still, 6 in 4 years is impressive.
Imagine you spending 2 days as a defense secretary.
Well, Richard Spencer. Oh my God, that is an unfortunate name.
The guy's name was Richard Spencer.
One of them was Richard Spencer.
Because you got Mark
for 8
Esper.
days.
I know Mark Esper's one, right?
He was after Richard Spencer. Wow.
I don't know.
8 days. That's impressive. Just a little bit over a week.
Who's the first? Who's the first? Who's the first guy? Who's the first guy?
Jim Mattis, who I think he got promoted to.
No, he left.
No, I thought he was chief of staff. Oh no, that's someone else.
That was Kelly. Was Kelly also? Because they had Mad Dog Mattis, and now Mad Dog Mattis is out being like
Mad Dog Mattis.
Yeah, that's what they call.
Wait,
we're gonna get Mad Dog in there. He's gonna do great.
Wait, how many chief of staffs did he have? 4. How do you have 4 chief of staffs? That's
one for
crazy.
Each year. One for each year.
How does he? Dude, he just couldn't get over The Apprentice. He had to fire someone all the time. Oh my God! Wait, Barack Obama also had 5 too.
He had 5.
What is this?
Oh my God! He had Rahm Emanuel for a bunch of time. Yeah. So Trump, Mark Esper has been terminated. Trump
he had one guy for his entirety of his second term, though.
He had 5 in his first term, though.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, one of them was acting. Who was Bill Daley, and why did they leave?
David Norquist did 2 days.
I feel like these guys got other jobs.
Mark Esper, I remember. Pat Shanahan. And then Jim Mattis. Okay, so.
Bush only had 2. Andrew Card and Joshua Bolton.
Yeah. Rahm Emanuel was a demon in the little bit of the Obama administration, that's for sure.
He was a demon? In what way?
He's been a demon since he was born. But...
Oh, he was mayor of Chicago, I remember.
Yeah.
Isn't he? He should run for Senate. Is he going to run for Senate?
No, he should not run for. He shouldn't get anywhere near. He's going to get some ambassadorship because.
I'm not saying he's good because I don't know anything about him, but I mean, chief of staff to mayor of Chicago. This seems like a leap to Senate. If you ask me.
Yeah,
Dude,
technically, right? Yeah, because he's been all the way around. No, oh yeah, he's like the biggest pro corporate. Economic agenda was he was literally a guy who would march around Washington being like, we need to put less money in the stimulus. We need to put less money in this, the Obama stimulus that literally directly led to the economy coming back incredibly slowly and their political wipeout in 2008. As mayor of Chicago, he destroyed the public school, really screwed over public schools. Also, by the way, helped cover up Laquan McDonald's murder. For his own political purposes, he's a real, piece of shit. That's what I was saying.
I stand corrected.
Yeah, he is a pretty bad guy. That is for sure. All right. Hudson left, so he can't even talk to us about the culture like he wanted to. But we are now getting to it. Cardi B fired back at Candace Owens' criticisms of her steamy WAP performance with Megan Thee Stallion on the 2021 Grammys on Sunday. She said, she tweeted, I don't know why Candy is so bothered by WAP. I was just inspired by our former First Lady. And she tweeted a picture of Melania posing nude, as if to say, yeah, conservatives are also do the show off their body as well. Anyways, congrats on your...
Melania even a conservative? Does she even have a political affiliation?
I mean, I guess technically, but I don't know. She's a real defender of like small regulations, small government and low regulations.
Anti-bullying activist, Melania Trump.
Yeah, American anti-bullying activist.
She should work within her own home before she starts thinking big.
Yeah, that is it's a pretty fair point. Pretty fair point there. She writes, anyways, congrats on your new show. I hope you speak more about WAP. I need to reach a new audience to go 6 times platinum. Any exposure
The Daily
will help.
Wire show?
Love you, Candy. Stream up.
How does Cardi B know about the Daily Wire show?
She's been tweeting. Candace Owens been tweeting about it, so I'm sure.
Oh my god. Cardi has gained my respect.
Yeah, Cardi B is like she's a political Twitter just as much as anyone. Got to be sure.
Wow, she's sharp.
Yeah, so on Monday, Fox News host Tucker Carlson and its guest conservative commentator Candace Owens spent nearly 5 minutes decrying their WAP performance in the Grammys, which was quite something. I got to be honest.
It's bad news, man. Is this where our old people are getting their news from? This
guys. Have you heard about Fox News? Maybe a little bit disturbing, guys. Can we look into this whole Fox News thing? Yeah. Cardi retweeted that segment saying, "Yay, we made Fox News, guys! Wop wop wop." I'd love to see Cardi B go on Tucker Carlson's show. Oh my god!
I didn't know she was so
funny. The faces Cardi B would make. Or the faces Tucker Carlson would make if Cardi B was on his show.
I would love to see Cardi B school Tucker. I would donate money to.
I would pay to see that as well. I would pay to see.
I would put like $10.
Yeah, it'd be like a 15-minute interview.
Yeah. Oh my god, that'd be legendary.
Yeah, like they're intentionally trying to degrade our children and degrade our culture and hurt our children. Carlson said. Owens added that virtually what we were looking at last night was a lesbian sex scene being simulated on television, and this is considered feminist.
My god.
Yeah,
literally cry more, Tucker. Jesus Christ.
Was it inappropriate? Was it appropriate for children? No. Is the world going to end?
Grammys. No. Okay. I mean, it is sort of funny that they censor the words, but like they allow her to do that. But
yeah.
I mean, dude, literally, who cares? What?
Yeah, so Carlson and Owens expressed outrage over how the performance is deemed acceptable, but lamented how other cultural touchstones, such as Dr. Seuss, Mr. Potato Head, and supermarket items, have undergone changes.
Yeah, because if they can't understand the difference. I mean, I don't even know. I'm saying this like there's like even some sort of semblance of a possibility that they're like being legitimate.
Good faith actors, yeah. Like this is to me like this is like a perfect sign of a movement that's like completely out of juice, like just got nowhere to go. No, like
they're really looking for something.
No actual political focus, and it's just completely like.
Can they talk about something Biden's doing? Like what?
Yeah, I mean, what are they gonna talk about the like? Are they going to talk about the stimulus and insult the stimulus like that has 75% popularity? Like, no, they're not going to be able to do that.
If they criticize him, they're going to start become like leftists because like the only things left to criticize him on
are from the left
perspective. Like, what are you even going to say?
Yeah, like the conservative movement right now, I would argue is like completely like
they're really
rudderless. Like they don't know where to go. They're floundering. Really yeah, like Crowder. No, we're gonna get to Crowder. But like Trump was really the only thing that was like keeping them together. Like a serious movement does not spend 2 weeks talking about like Potato Head or Dr. Seuss. Like culture wars, they could
Potato Head. Oh my god! Thank you. I thought you were
Potato
gonna dead
Head.
name him for a second. No, what? Oh my god! You just dead named him.
No, there's literally
God.
Mr. Potato Head, Mrs. Potato Head, and Potato Head. Like they made all three.
Oh, there's three.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh my god, we were gonna have problems for a second. I thought you just dead.
Yeah.
If you dead named Potato Head, we're gonna have problems.
We'd have to shut the show down right now.
Cancel it.
Mm-hmm.
The license would be removed.
Yeah, but like when Republicans made a big issue about like family values, like moral majority, like Ronald Reagan, 2004, like the kind of don't ask, don't tell, like gay marriage panic that was going on back then.
I paid for this microphone.
Nice, it's coming through clear. Yeah, when they have been able to use culture war issues in the past, but like this just seems like so.
Dude,
like,
it's because how are they gonna win the culture war? It's so hard for them to win at this point without just like straight up coming off as like racist. I mean, the only thing they even have left that's like not as stigmatized is like transphobia, but that's really their last leg. I mean, what else do they have?
Yeah, like there's no more groups of people like left to demonize after this, and like no one's. I find it very hard to believe that people are gonna like base their voting choices on like their opinions on trans people. Like, and if you are unless you're a trans person or you like know trans people and actually want to help them, but like if you're voting like out of a fear that like the Democrats are gonna make like help your daughter get like raped in the bathroom or something like that because there's gonna be trans people around. Like you are literally you deserve to be like put in a like cattle fence and like you like can't live on your own anymore. Like that is just too stupid.
I see you're taking references from the French video.
Oh yeah. What's that guy's name? McFly. McFly, the French YouTuber McFly. Yeah, so Candace Owens, she had a fire response to Cardi B digging up that photo from our former First Lady 3 decades ago. She responds, "What is your obsession with the Trump family? You're digging up modeling shots from our former First Lady from 3 decades ago. She's evolved. You've not. What you did at the Grammys was disgusting. Own it." And then Cardi B just goes, "I'm obsessed. She's my idol. She showed me I can be naked, perform WAP, and still be a First Lady one day. Wait, so only white women can be naked and show their sexuality and evolve in their 30s, but I can't? Wow, America is so unfair. To think it was the land of the free." Literally getting owned, Candace is, by Cardi B.
Cardi B is so based.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
I'm not going to lie. I thought she was an idiot until like 2 minutes ago.
Yeah. She is, she's pretty,
changed
like,
my
she's
perspective on Cardi B.
Yeah, she's owned to, like, I think she, like, Ben Shapiro, she did that too. Like, she owned Ben Shapiro.
Did she react to Ben Shapiro doing the WAP reading?
I don't know. She's gotta find that.
I just don't understand, like,
she said, Candace Owens responded, "You are insecure, and I irk you because I see right through the facade. You are part of a larger cancer that's manifesting in black culture. There's no person in America who can look at you in the face and honestly say they wish their daughters turned out like you." I mean, if you're like
do people wish their daughter were turning out like you to be a fucking conservative grifter?
To
Jesus
literally
Christ.
like sell out their entire soul and principles for money? Like, I wouldn't want my daughter to be like Candace Owens.
Jesus Christ.
Especially if I was like a black guy and I gave birth to a daughter that did that, I'd be very disappointed.
Yikes.
But yeah,
I would not want it to be the reason Republicans say like they can't be racist.
Yeah, Cardi B goes right off with that too. She goes, "And black women should be more like you. After all, the fighting for equality and freedom, they should be submissive to a white man after years of abuse and rape, making them a sandwich while pregnant because in your words, that's what a woman should do." And then she links a video which I have not seen. I'm going to play that real quick.
Be in the kitchen making fresh sliced ham for my amazing... Making my husband a sandwich, of course. Because that's what a woman should do. Be in the kitchen making her husband a sandwich when she's 9 months pregnant and barefoot.
Yeah, so I mean, maybe she was joking there, but she was literally just like, I'm pregnant. I'm in the kitchen. I'm making my husband a sandwich because that's what a woman should do. Like she said that.
What Cardi B said, or
No,
Candace
that's what
Owens?
Candace Owens said in some
Okay.
Instagram video. If you think making your husband's this is what she said. If you think making your husband a sandwich is a sin, but popping your vagina into another woman's vagina in front of the world is power, you are a lost soul. Imagine, like, I think, like, the funniest thing here is, like, she's so freaked out by the lesbian part of it too. Like, she keeps a woman contacting another woman. Oh my gosh.
I don't understand. Don't Republicans have anything better to do? Come on.
That's the point. Like, that's the big problem. Like, they don't have anything better to do. Like, if I were a Republican right now, like, I couldn't even imagine. But if I was,
like, criticizing like Joe or something, I don't even know. Like, there's got to be something better.
Like, at least I thought you were going to go with like the debt, like the dumb debt arguments. But
yeah, I don't like what is this? Like, what do they want? Like, do they want it off like TV? Just don't watch it. I don't get it.
Yeah, like the idea that culture is being threatened because of like doctor. Like, I mean, they made it work. They made it work in the past, but like the idea of Dr. Seuss and Mr. Potato Head, like on his face being like threats to society, are just so. That's just so insane. Like it's like on his face is just completely ridiculous. All right, from one video to another, we have
I don't know where you
literally an insanely like blatantly racist
Mask
Steven Crowder video
baby.
to go through now.
Dude,
Zach's already seen this.
Next video, Crowder's just gonna seek hail and just like scream the N-word. He's not even gonna try.
And then the people in his studio are gonna be like,
"Oh, yeah, totally, dude.
Heil Hitler, bro."
I love how he has to hire. Okay, this is my take on this. The buttons don't do anything in that studio. He just pays 6 people to laugh at his jokes.
Yeah. He's just like, whoa, yeah, that's great. And they just like
I don't think the buttons do anything.
Little riffs.
They're fake buttons.
All right, let's take a look. And what is that? It looks like he's like a bunch of diapers behind him in the studio.
Oh, he's like making fun of Corona. I don't even know.
That must be no, because it looks like
Corona's
masks.
not real,
It looks like
man.
masks and diapers. Like what a baby. And also someone who has like something going on there with the sexuality as well.
You find this many farmers of color, but they did.
All right, yeah. So he's talking about black farmers here, and the big thing in the Biden stimulus bill was Biden actually thought to donate and set aside some money for farmers of color because they had been excluded from legislation that we have done for farmers in the past, especially like the New Deal era and getting farmers back on their feet. So it's a kind of sensible thing to do if you ask like literally any reasonable person. But here's his reaction.
Did, and $5.2 billion are being allocated exclusively for colored farmers. Farmers of color, roll the tape.
We begin today's show looking at a major provision in President Biden's $1.9 trillion COVID relief bill that aims to address decades of discrimination against Black, Hispanic, Native American, and Asian American farmers who've historically been excluded from government agricultural programs. The American Rescue Plan sets aside $10.4 billion.
Okay, so this guy just goes, when the when the woman goes, when Amy Goodman of Democracy Now! Goes, black women or black people have been historically excluded. The guy goes, you got receipts on that? Like, dude. How about the history of this country? Like,
this is literally Steven Crowder's argument. Did you guys know, dude? The crop season is only 1 year, dude. If they stop discriminating like 5 crop seasons ago, dude, it's over. Racism is over.
Yeah, like there has been like every one probably the biggest criticism of the New Deal, and like a lot of the other federal programs that kind of preceded it and kind of grew out of it. Was that it like the benefits were not properly distributed on like in the right way to like along racial lines, and that had huge ripple effects down the road because it gave white people who like people got access to the GI Bill, got like a house, got access to education that black people didn't, give them a huge head start. Like this is just basic, like
it's history, dude.
Yeah, common terrain that hopefully like more people should be on. But anyway,
$1 billion for agriculture support and allocates about half the funds to farmers of color who are, quote, subjected to racial or ethnic prejudice because of their identity as members of a group, unquote. The U.S. Commission on Civil Rights confirmed as long ago as 1965 the U.S. Department of Agriculture discriminated against black farmers, but little was done to address the problem.
100 years ago?
Yeah, 1965
most happy
was
about
100
the new
years
policy.
ago.
These people. So, yeah. I'm on black. I'm
Math is
black,
not
man.
strong suit.
I'm going to plant that corn.
Go get a John Deere.
Math is not his strong suit.
pretty much what he's doing there is he's putting up when he says the people who are happy about that is these people, he puts up a picture of like the famous photo, like painting of like the old woman and man holding like a pitchfork in front of their house.
I saw that, and then
he puts it.
a do rag.
Yeah,
oh
puts
my
like
God.
He made them into
He's
like
funny. How do you think of
look
that?
like
one?
rappers. Like this is like
Real clever. Haha.
like it's just complete like
Steven.
like every like if he saw black, like he probably has seen one black person in the past 3 years. Like he thinks like that black people all go around looking like like rappers or like gangsters.
He's
or
a race
like that.
realist, dude.
Like
he
that's
knows.
like yeah, like he knows who
We
how black people
deny
are
it,
really
dude.
like. Yeah,
He
like
knows
there's not
they're
like a
all black
huge.
people are rappers, dude.
Yeah,
He's
they're
the woke
scary.
one.
They're scary. they're very like they could like they also like Hennessy and shoes. So
I refuse to believe he can't actually believe this, right? I heard something like he's like a failed comedian.
Yeah,
And then like a bunch of people paid him like money to do this.
that
Like,
would
is this
that
a
would
bit?
make sense. Yeah, that would make sense because there's a
I think
huge
it's a bit.
huge benefit to like doing a Ben Shapiro or Dave Rubin or and being paid or Steven Crowder and being paid like for the
There's
best
no way.
studio, all the best resources to do like 30 minutes.
He's like
a
so
week.
insufferable. Like how could like you marry someone like this?
Yeah,
I can't possibly imagine like a person as insufferable as Steven Crowder existing. Like
imagine
twice.
like you're in like you go downstairs and then like Steven Crowder's in your house like making coffee. Like
Oh my God.
yeah, it is like the idea that like black farmers like they're just going around like burning like that's what a black farmer looks like. That picture of like someone who kind of looks like Jay-Z. He's got like sunglasses and a hoodie. Like come on,
I think it's time for him to get beat up by a union worker again.
Yeah, it's been too long. It's been about like 8 years. 8 years too long.
He's so annoying. Why does he do this? Is it really worth the money? At some point you gotta look at yourself and be like, well, what am I doing?
I mean, you gotta assume he's like believes it. Like at this point, at least he probably believes it a little more than like because he's always been like a conservative Christian like type of guy. Like he, for example, like he was like one of those like virgins till marriage, and then he like wrote a big column about it, being like, I was a proud virgin till marriage. Like here's why I'm better than you. Like that kind of thing. Like
oh wow,
all these
He's
people
better
are
than
really
me?
judging me.
Dude.
Like I'm the real one because I'm like I'm right with God or whatever. So like
I would
you can
rather
see
be a
how
virgin.
that mixed up with a little bit of like Koch brothers, Mercer, like psycho billionaire, right wing billionaire, like fun money in your area, and you could end up saying things like black farmers are like gangsters who like to burn down their farmhouses. Like there's a picture of the farmhouse in the back, but like they set it on fire.
Putting Hennessy in the ground. How does Hennessy grow? Oh my God.
Yeah, he's literally like, oh well, the soil.
It's not even
And he's
funny.
talking in the AAVE, being like, wow, this soil content looks like it has a little meth in it. Like
You could literally do this
Bro.
for like any ethnic group. Like,
Come on. Literally, white people-
Jews put the money in the ground.
yeah, like
Get
white
it?
people
You think
white
the
people
money
literally
grows?
use meth 3 times more than black people
Oh my
anyway.
God.
So
This is so cringe.
All right, let's go through some.
I'm gonna plant that corn.
Go get a John Deere. Barack Obama, mother. I'm the president. I'm plowing that ad. You.
I thought the last thing they would want to.
Like, honestly, like I think he thinks like all black people talk like that. Like, if he went up to if he talked to someone like like Neil deGrasse Tyson,
No, I mean,
on the phone, he'd be like, yeah.
He has to know because he's talking to Candace. Maybe he thinks Candace is like the only civilized one, because she's been around the whites.
Yeah, she's one of the good ones, Wink, wink, wink.
Oh my god!
Like, giving that kind of a voice to a black farmer, just like a random black farmer, is like come
I don't
on.
even get it. Like, what is the joke?
Like, you think a black farmer's being like, yeah, I love plowing that ass. Like, oh my god. Like, if that's like, it's just such a and again, like, that is what conservative comedy is. It's just like blatant racism, and not even.
It's just like stating a stereotype. Like, there's no bit. There's not even a joke.
Yeah, like when people like Dave Chappelle, like one of his first specials, or like he's like, yeah, all Asians kind of look alike, or something like that. But he does it kind of in a funny way. Like, this is just like, it's just offensive. It's just like, just shut up. And you got all these people will be like, yo, in the background. Like, can we just rewind that for a second?
Yeah, Barack Obama, mother. I'm the president. I'm plowing that ad. You.
Like, just, dude. Like,
what do they do? There's no possible way. It takes like 6 people to run that. I don't understand. What are they doing?
It's all about like simulating
literally
friendship.
One guy and a laptop could do that. God,
yeah.
He employs like so many people. Doesn't he employ like?
He's a job creator. You know what?
People? Oh my god.
Yeah, guys, the right is getting better at comedy, and it's making lefties nervous.
Dude, I literally used to be like a regular Steven Crowder viewer.
What? You thought he was good?
Dude, I was literally so red pilled from like the age of like 12 to like 14.
12. Wow.
I don't know. That's just a made up range.
How far have you changed? He's really gone. Zach has gone full 180.
I used to like Venture. I used to like Steven Crowder. I used to watch PragerU.
Yeah, very few people actually get like, the only reason like I never had like a right wing phase, pretty much because I found like I just happened to click on like a TYT video.
Dude, everyone. I feel like you're like the only person I know who. I feel like every teenage boy who lives in like probably white. I mean, I don't think. Yeah, every like white teenage boy who lives in like an upper middle class neighborhood goes through like at least some sort of like right wing phase.
Yeah, because it's like, it's very much like it's more like it's kind of like designed to fit in with like what you think is cool at the time. Like that, like your cool sensors, I guess, are like, this guy knows what he's talking about. But
I used I stopped watching John Oliver because I was like, freaking lib.
I think there's like, you got people like like Cenk Uygur. He was always kind of like he was pretty much like he was kind of like the polar opposite, I think, for people like for me, because he was aggressive, like he was like aggressive, and I hadn't like really, I guess, come across anybody who was like
the Young Turks. Oh my god,
aggressively liberal.
I'm really thinking about like myself. Oh god, I'm so cringe.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I don't know what it was, but like a month ago, like you started, like you were like, I'm hard left now. I was like, nice.
Oh my god, I also used to be like so anti SJW. I mean, I still am kind of in a way, but not like the way I used to be.
Yeah, like more nuance about it. It's like
I'm
anyone
like,
who says like any like socially liberal position.
I think like the woke crowd for the most part is like pretty dumb. I mean, I think that's like a broad criticism. Like I would have to look at like the scenario, but
like the story we talked about at that college.
Yeah, that's like dumb shit. I think like also like there was like this story I saw of like somebody like trying to cancel like their college professor because like only 3 of the books out of like their syllabus were by like people of color and their like, queer studies. Like, come on, dude.
Yeah,
calm down.
Like, read the books like on your, like, because I really just, especially like the idea of like trying to get people fired, like.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Really.
I think like with colleges it's a bit much.
Yeah. It'd be interesting to see what that like, because we're about to go into it, so.
We're about to see.
we are about
we can
to
talk
see.
about we can talk about our experiences.
Yes, we can. Yeah. Of the 3.4 million farmers in the United States, only about 45,000 are black. The purpose of the aid in the American Rescue Plan is to lessen the racial gap in the farming community and correct decades of discrimination from the Department of U.S. Agriculture to black farmers. Like, what a
Dude.
crazy
Whoa.
idea! Oh my god.
I'm sorry. I just have to interrupt you. Don't you know that racism is illegal?
Wait, what?
Racism is over. It's literally
Wait,
against the law.
Does that mean because it's illegal?
Yeah.
Does that mean you can't do it?
Did you know redlining is illegal, dude? It's literally done.
So no one can
was
discriminate
made
against
illegal.
black people in terms of buying houses anymore?
It's literally against the law. Redlining does not exist anymore, and it does. Its effect is meaningless. It doesn't even matter because it's illegal.
And the policy that was around for like, however many, like 3-4 decades, like that doesn't create any long-lasting effects that still have an impact on today's like socioeconomic climate.
Oh, another fun fact: there are actually 0 murders too, because murder is illegal.
Yeah, I mean, never happens. There's no crime. Yeah, like that's really just taking the logic to the rational extension. But
that's actually crazy though. Only 40,000. That's a really small number. Wow.
Yeah, there's 3.4 million farmers.
Farmers are super important, dude. People be disrespecting our farmers. I do not like that.
Yeah, it's really most of it is just like corporate farming, Like
That's
you
true.
got
Still
like
though.
them like
You gotta
like,
perfect the small farm, dude.
it would be nice.
Farmers get blown by corporations. People don't realize.
Yeah,
it is
it's
not.
really bad.
It's not like easy work anymore. Well, obviously, it's like challenging labor, but there's like a lot of problems with farming, except for sugar farmers. Those guys get like so many ridiculous subsidies. Do you know what goes on with them?
No.
Like sugar farmers, like they don't get like if they don't sell a certain amount of sugar, like the U.S. government will buy it for them, like from them. It's crazy.
That's nice.
It's like protectionism at its finest.
That's true. Great, but... Yeah, like there's this like I kind of know a guy who does like farming of like corn and like fruits and all that stuff, and like he pretty much does it like on his own, and I don't even know like how he makes money or if he makes money. It's like it's definitely not like the best. It's definitely not the best situation, that's for sure. It's like because you either got like something like that or you got people like robots like tearing apart chickens and like stuffing them into like, little something like that.
That's not. Well, I guess that is farming. It's like animal farming, not crop.
This is like Animal Farm.
Animal Farm. Oh my god. Oh my god, George Orwell, 1984. Oh my god, dude, we are literally in 1984.
Yeah, this is not good, folks. All right, yeah, I think that's just about all we got for you today. Oh, Sean King is trending. What did he do? People are gonna be yelling at him.
Do people like still think he's black? He's not black, right? Was that decided?
I guess some people think he's black.
Is he actually black? He's not black, right? I forget. Wait, what is he trending? I don't see him trending.
Oh, maybe it's just trending on my like my personal trending.
Wow.
Tag. I don't know. Yeah. Anyway, on that note, I think we're probably about. Oh, this got another very big thing. It looks like there has been a rise in shootings at massage parlors. People are condemning.
Oh yeah, that was so weird.
And people are saying that's related to anti-Asian violence after 8 people were killed in shootings at 3 different massage parlors in Georgia.
Well, it's not clear if they're connected, but it's definitely suspicious. That's for sure.
Yeah, that would be very interesting to know. So
that is so messed up.
Yeah, because if that is the natural that is like the natural like extension of it. I feel like if you're saying like people being like harassed in the streets, like you kind of have like a bad sense that's going to get up to this point.
Dude, imagine being like so brain dead. You're like this is how you connect dots. coronavirus is from China.
Yeah.
Asian people live in America. Kill the Asian people.
Yeah, it's just
Jesus
disgusting. Yeah, and apparently the suspect for all 3 shootings is Robert Aaron Long. So,
it's one guy. Oh, so they
Yeah.
are connected. Okay.
Robert,
'Cause
yeah,
early-
Robert Aaron Long, and you can pretty much he's 21 years old. Pretty much picture
21?
exactly.
Oh
Pretty
my
much picture
God.
exactly what he looks like. So, yeah, you can kind of get the sense like pale ass white guy and like kind of leathery looking jacket with a.
3.
He's got Matthew's archery hat on.
Wow.
Are you
Bobby
do you know
Wait,
Matthew's
this is a guy-
archery? As an archery pro yourself?
I'm not familiar, unfortunately. Wait,
sure-
there's a guy named Bobby Joe Long who was murdered for being a serial killer. He got executed.
No. Well, he may be
Wait, what's this guy's name? Robert.
going
what?
down a similar path.
Robert Joe Long. What is it?
Robert Aaron Long.
Aaron Long. Wow. 2 serial killers with Long as the last name.
If you
What
see
are
a dark 4-door Hyundai Tucson with the
Wow,
tag
this
number,
guy's unreal. Is this seriously? Dude, no wonder he's out here killing people. Look at his beard. Yikes.
yeah, it's not good, folks. It's not good, but
This guy is definitely on 4chan a lot.
that is for sure. I would be putting pretty good money on that at this point.
Hey, this guy lives in Georgia. He looks like he should be living in Amish country.
Yeah, it looks like he's definitely living in a basement. Like wherever he is, it's probably a basement. Anyway, that's all the time I got for you today, guys. We will see you on Thursday. It's been Newsflash.